First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rukah, Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to you, Akim and you, Aqua, to believe in all sincerity. As you see here on your screen, it says Republican congressmen suggest some children receiving free school lunches should work at McDonald's instead. Republican Rich McCormick said that the freeze on federal aid would allow the government to review all programs, including ones that provide free school lunches to low-income children. Republican Rich McCormick, Republican of Georgia, on Tuesday defended the impacts of the White House's federal aid freeze on school lunch programs by suggesting that some children should be working instead of receiving free lunch. Okay. Now, when we click the link there, it says White House orders freeze on federal aid to focus on Trump's conservative agenda. And basically, it says here, President Donald Trump has ordered a freeze on domestic and foreign federal aid in a sweeping effort to stop government funding for causes that don't fit with his agenda. Okay, so he's basically stopping the money flow, okay, to causes that don't fit his agenda, whether domestic or foreign. Okay. So one of the programs they're looking at is free school lunches to low-income children. All right, this is what Esau is trying to cut funding on. All right, so let's go ahead and read more. During the interview on CNN, McCormick praised the move as a way to broadly reevaluate how the government allocates funding. You see, CNN anchor Pamela Brown noted that Head Start, which helps provide nutritional assistance to low-income children and families, is one of the programs they could be affected. She pressed McCormick on whether he would support cutting funding for free breakfast and lunches. Yeah, and Head Start, I believe, is before kindergarten, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so they're aiming to cut, funding for the little ones. It says, before I was even 13 years old, I was picking berries in the field. Before child labor laws that precluded that, I was a paper boy, and when I was in high school, I worked my entire way through. McCormick said, "You're telling me that kids who stay at home instead of going to work at Burger King, McDonald's during the summer should stay at home and get their free lunch instead of going to work? I think we need to have a top-down review." McCormick, who was speaking from Doral, Florida, where House Republicans are holding their annual issues conference, said that the pause on federal funds gives the government a chance to see where is the money really being spent. Who can actually go and actually produce their own income? Who can actually go out there and do something that makes them have value and work skills for the future, McCormick said. He added, how many people got their start in fast food restaurants when they were kids versus just giving a blanket rule that gives all kids lunches in high school who are capable of going out and actually getting a job and doing something that makes them have value, thinking about their future instead of thinking about how they're going to sponge out the government when they don't need to. And that's Esau's problem, okay, is this, how they're going to sponge out the government when they don't need to. Acting White House Office of Management and Budget Director Matthew J. Vaeth said in a memo Monday to federal departments and agencies that by Tuesday at 5 p.m., they must temporarily pause all activities related to obligation or disbursement of all federal financial assistance and other relevant agency activities that may be implicated by the executive orders signed by President Donald Trump in the last week. So they're going to pause activities related to disbursement of federal financial assistance, okay, on Tuesday at 5 p.m., which Tuesday is today. Okay, activities that may be implicated by the executive orders. So they're moving quick. The memo indicated that the freeze would affect Medicare or Social Security benefits or government assistance provided directly to individuals. A longer document sent to federal agencies and obtained by NBC News requested details on thousands of programs that provide financial assistance. School meals for low-income students were among the programs on the list. McCormick said that the government doesn't give people the ability to dig themselves out and instead penalize them for actually working and actually keeping them on welfare. We need to have a top-down review so we can get people out of poverty, he said, adding that Americans are losing their way because the government gives people incentives to stay home and not work. The congressman also referred during the interview to Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Trump's nominee to the Department of Health and Human Services. When you talk about producing not just calories but nutrition, that's what JFK Jr. is all about, he said, accidentally referring to the health security nominee as his late cousin. When in history, and this is a really good question for any reporter, when in history have we had our poorest people also be our fattest people, he asked. That's for the first time here in America. Traditionally, our poorest people live very skinny and very undernutrition. McCormick's office and the White House didn't immediately respond to requests for comment. NBC News also reached out to the Agricultural Department's Food and Nutrition Service, which oversees the National School Lunch Program. According to a program fact sheet, children can qualify for free school lunches under certain criteria, including if they participate in other federal programs such as the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, or based on their status as a homeless, migrant, runaway, or foster child. Kids also enrolled in Head Start or a similar state-funded pre-K program are eligible for free meals. In addition, it says children from families with incomes at or below 130% of the federal poverty level are eligible for free meals. Those with incomes between 130 and 185% of the federal poverty level are eligible for reduced price meals. Big L's coming to these women on and Snap. You see that? Brother just posted that. So kids that are enrolled in Head Start or similar state-funded pre-K, right? Head Start is pre-K program, eligible for free meals. Okay, and they qualify also if they participate in the federal programs such as SNAP, which is food stamps. Okay. So, hey, these devils are moving, man. Okay? They're oppressive. And one thing about Esau, man, is that when you go to, let's get this in the book of Psalms 17. This is Psalm 17 and 14. From men which are thy hand, O Yahweh, from men of the world which have their portion in this life, and whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure. They are full of children and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. Okay? And Esau, Edom, okay, they are men of this world. Their portion is in this life. Okay? They are filled with the hid treasures. Their time to rule is now. Okay? The scriptures say the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. They actually have a head start in life. They got white privilege. It says they are full of children and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. Right here in the NLT on the right, may their children have plenty, leaving an inheritance for their descendants. And they're able to leave, an inheritance for the descendants. See, Jake is not. The only thing that Jake inherits is poverty. Okay? See, because we're under curses, because we were disobedient to the Most High, and he put a cruel one over us, which is Esau, Edom. They're the nation that what? Deuteronomy 28 and 50. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor shew favor to the young. And this guy is talking about, reviewing programs, including free school lunches to low-income children. He's talking about he worked in high school. Low income children is another thing. Pre-K, that's a whole nother thing. You know, this is the nation, okay, whose countenance does not regard the person of the old nor show favor to the young. Okay? And look at this man's countenance. You can tell he don't give a damn. Okay?
Strong's H6440. Panim. Gesenius Lexicon. Penuel.
What does it say here?
Penuel.
At the face.
Second entry. Peniel.
Right, face, faces, presence, person. Okay? So, you know, they show you that they don't give a damn, okay, about you low income families, okay? And they're talking about Jakes, all right? They show no favor to the old or to the young, okay? The scriptures also say in the book of Psalms 73, let's see. And 5, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. See, they're not in trouble as you know, Jake, and they're not plagued like other men. They don't have problems like Israelites do. 8 verse, they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily, you see, and to, you know, let's get this real quick. First John 3:17. But whoso hath this world's good, and seeth his brother have need, and shutteth up his bowels of compassion from him, how dwelleth the love of the Most High in him? 17th verse. Someone has enough money to live well and sees a brother or sister in need, but shows no compassion. How can the Most High's love be in that person? And how can the Most High's love be in this person? Okay? And they're trying to cut you know, federal aid going to programs that don't benefit the cause of the Trump administration. But that's all BS, okay? You know, they're basically cutting funding to you so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, because you're going to see the programs that are going to be affected by this move are going to be programs to help you Jakes out. Okay? And see, you're not in trouble as other men. You know, as we read, your portion is in this life. Okay? Okay, you are men of the world which have their portion in this life. Your piece of the pie, your reward, your kingdom is in this life. You're living it up in this life. See, us so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the true biblical Israelites, we're not living it up in this life. We don't have the finer things of life, because we're gonna get that in the next, and you know, in the kingdom that comes. You see, but you're living it up in your kingdom. Okay, and you speak wickedly concerning oppression. You speak loftily. You know, and it's ultimately because you're the sword of the Lord. This is Psalm 17:13. Arise, O Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. The wicked, okay, is the sword of the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. He was put, okay, in his position to basically slay Jake. Okay, they're like the police of the world. They you know, the Heavenly Father has set them up to ultimately put, you know, you Jakes in check. Okay. This is Psalms 10:2. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. Okay. You know, so they're going to be caught up in the evil that they plan for others. Okay. Because they're going to be destitute as well. This is Proverbs 10:3. We'll start at 2. treasures of wickedness profit nothing. You see, and that's how they've gotten their treasures, through wickedness. Okay, they have labored, okay, in wickedness by taking over, the land of the indigenous. Okay, and even Judah served slavery. Okay, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, Northern Kingdom here in America. They've got rich off the backs of Jakes. They have a head start in life. They're able to kick their children down money. So that's why they speak like this. That's why they say these things like, "Oh, go get a job." But see, we know this is we know that this is part of the curses. This is part of the punishment, to be under such a cruel one like this. But it says, treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivers from death. You see, and righteousness is going to deliver from death. It says, Yahweh will not suffer the soul of the righteous to famish, but he casteth away the substance of the wicked. And ultimately, their substance is going to be casted away. Their things are going to be taken from them. They're going to have to restore everything that they've taken. Everything that they have labored for is going to be restored. That's the restitution. It tells you that in Job, the 20th chapter. Matter of fact, we'll get that real quick. Job 20, I believe. We'll get Job 20:15. He has swallowed down riches. Speaking of Esau, Edom, he shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly. Okay, 18. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be. As we read this, the Lord casteth away the substance of the wicked. Okay, that their wealth. Okay, and when you commit a crime, you have to pay restitution, even in this world. So how much more when Yahweh Bashim Shai decides that, to judge you Edomites? Okay, it says, according to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. And he took the land, okay, from the Israelites and made us build for him, and taketh away what we built. So he's going to have to pay back for his oppression and forsaking the poor. Okay, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. He's not going to save of it. He ain't going to get off like a fat rat. Okay, that's what he thinks, but he's not. Okay. So just wanted to bring this out a quick, lesson on what these devils are doing. They're moving quick. They're really enacting a lot of legislation, okay, to really put a seize, okay, on Jake. They really want to put their foot on Jake's neck, okay, but to no avail, because the Lord's gonna intervene, so just wanted to bring this out. Lord willing, this is edifying. Shalom.